ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधार श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So this is going to be a small chapter. There are 19 verses. It is entitled "The Movements of the Sun." So I'll try and show some pictures, maybe a little video as well today. And yeah, I will also share a couple of links for you to watch the videos on Vedic cosmology so you can better understand in 3D mode. So if you're in a position to read, please raise your hand. So we will be reading first 6 verses. Padma Mataji, please. So I'll share the screen.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Text 1. Sukadeva Goswami said, "My dear king, I have thus far described the diameter of the universe, 50 crores of yojanas or 4 billion miles, and its general characteristics according to the estimation of learned scholars." Text 2. As a grain of wheat is divided into 2 parts, and one can estimate the size of the upper part by knowing that of the lower, so expert geographers instruct one can understand the measurements of the upper part of the universe by knowing those of the lower part. The sky between the earthly sphere and heavenly sphere is called antariksha or outer space. It adjoins the top of the spheres of earth and the bottom of heaven. Text 3. In the midst of that region of outer space, Antariksha, is the most opulent sun, the king of all the planets that emanate heat, such as the moon. By the influence of its radiation, the sun heats the universe and maintains its proper order. It also gives light to help all living entities see. While passing towards the north, towards the south, or through the equator, in accordance with the order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, it is said to move slowly, swiftly, or moderately. According to its movements in raising above, going beneath, or passing through the equator, they correspondingly coming in touch with various signs of the zodiac, headed by the Makara, Capricorn. Days and nights are short, long, or equal to one another. Text 4. When the sun passes through the Mesha, Aries, and Tula, Libra, the duration of day and night are equal. When it passes through the 5 signs headed by Rishabha, Taurus, the duration of the days increase until Cancer, and then it gradually decreases by half an hour each month until day and night again become equal in Libra. Text 5. When the sun passes through the 5 signs beginning with Rishika, Scorpio, the duration of the days decreases until Capricorn, and then gradually it increases month after month until day and night become equal in Aries. Text 6. Until the sun travels to the south, the days grow longer, and until it travels to the north, the nights grow longer. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much. I think that is crystal clear. You don't need any explanation, do you? Uh, okay, so Hare Krishna, I was kidding. Let me bring up a couple of pictures. So this is the view from the top. When you look at for Lord Brahma, this is how the Bhumandala, um, looks like. It appears flat. Um, however, but if there is a little slope. You can see here this picture. So the height is as you come down from the center. At the center, it has it is slightly higher in height than at the edges, as you can see, like a slightly terrace structure. So um, and let me show this one also. You can see here. These are various islands of the Bhumandala. They are not on the same plane, right? So the Jambu Dvipa is slightly on a higher plane than the bottom one. You can see here. So, but whereas if you look from the top, it appears like a single flat, um, place. So in the last class, we studied about the six islands, a description of the six islands. We in the past we studied the Jambudvipa, the centermost, the middlemost, middle island in detail. But in the last session, we had studied these six islands. So the names of the six islands you can see here. So we have right. So this is Plakshadvipa, second one. Third one is Shalmali Dvipa. Fourth is Kushadvipa. Fifth is Praunchadvipa. Then Shakadvipa. Then ultimately Pushkaradvipa. And after Pushkaradvipa, you have a sweet drinking water, ocean of sweet water. So you can see here numbered 1, 2, 3, 4. That is the last island named Pushkaradvipa. This mountain is known as Manasottara Mountain. And here you can see that demigods. So there are townships for various demigods. On the eastern side, you have the abode of Indra, 1. And on 2, that is the southern side, you have abode of Yamaraj. And the western side, number 3, is the abode of Varuna. And northern side, number 4, is the abode of moon god on this one. So this Manasottara mountain divides this Pushkara Dvipa into two two uh, two tracks of two varshas. Hmm. A sun god travels just or above this Manasottara mountain. Hmm. This is sun you can see here. And after this Pushkara Dvipa, then you have this uh, ocean of sweet drinking water ocean. Yes. Then this is the golden land, very shiny. And after golden land, then you have this mountain called Loka Loka. Hmm. And does anybody remember how far it goes in height? It goes Dhruvaloka, Dhruvaloka, Dhruvaloka. It goes until Dhruvaloka in height. So that way, um, only this side of the land, yes, or the land behind, beyond or behind this Loka Loka mountain is dark. This is called Aloka Varsha. It's dark region. Uh, and from the center to here, it is 4 billion yojanas from the center. It is not drawn to the scale. But sorry, uh, the diameter is 4 billion. That means from the center we have Meru mountain, Sumeru, right? From Sumeru to the end here is 2 billion. 2, that's the radius. So 2 plus 2, 4 billion yojanas. So sun is rotating here on top of the Manasottara mountain. So in this particular chapter, more details about the sun are given. So let me just go back to it. And I can show you the 3D version of this. This is the sun here. And this is the another version. So the place between the Dhruvaloka and Bhuloka is called Antariksha, outer space, and it is said the sun is in the middle of that Antariksha. Hmm? So yeah. So when the sun moves, what it does is here, it goes, it moves around the Bhumandala, um, around the Sumeru mountain, of course, all the islands, all 7 islands, around all the 7, around Bhumandala, basically. It goes up and down. Hmm? So Saturn is here, you can see. So actually in July, sun will be somewhere here above the Saturn, something like that. So that is called the when sun it rotates and moves up. That is called the Uttarayana, means sun is, in English we say sun travels in the north. North means it goes up and then rotates, up and rotate every day, like it goes up and rotate. So that's why when the sun goes up, we get more daylight. The days are getting longer, nights are getting shorter. And when the sun comes down, the opposite is true. And so days are longer and nights are longer when it comes down and days are shorter. So when it moves, the various constellations are there. There is a belt of zodiac signs here, and so that is being explained here. Let me bring that. So according to its movements in raising above and going beneath or passing through the equator, correspondingly coming in with various signs of zodiac headed by Makara or Capricorn, days and nights are short and long or equal to one another, right? So it is mentioned here that when Sun enters into Cancer and then travels to Leo through Sagittarius, that is called Dakshinayana, or when we call it the Sun is traveling in the southern direction, in the southern hemisphere. And when Sun enters into Makara Rashi or Capricorn, that happens on the January 14th. Sun enters into Capricorn, Makara Rashi. In India, we call it Makara Sankranti. So when Sun enters into Capricorn and thereafter travels through Aquarius, Kumbha Rashi, and then through Gemini, Mithuna Rashi, it is called Uttarayana. This is constellation, various constellations are there. And so, yeah, that is mentioned. When the Sun is in Aries and Libra, the duration of day and night are equal. That's been mentioned here. There is a little video we can watch. Hopefully, I'm not sure if we can get the sound, but I'll take the help of Sundar Chaitanya Prabhu. Sundar Chaitanya, can you come and help me? Let me share the screen. Oops, that one. That's one. Yeah. More. Share sound. Can anybody hear the sound?
Not yet, sorry.
Just 1 second.
So at the bottom of the planetary display, we have Shesha holding up the Earth. This is Shesh, the empowered incarnation. There we have Ananta speaking Bhagavatam to the four Kumaras.
Yeah, let's start from here. Oops.
We have Shesha.
Okay.
So at the bottom of the planetary display, we have Shesha holding up the Earth. This is Shesh, the empowered incarnation. There we have Ananta speaking Bhagavatam to the four Kumaras, and above, the 7 subterranean planets. Here we can see Jambudvip, the central island of Bhumandala, and Bharatvarsha is situated on the southern side of that. There's 8 other Varshas, with Ilavrita Varsha in the center, various supporting mountains with large trees upon them, described in Srimad Bhagavatam. In the very center of Alavratavarsha is Mount Meru, Golden Mountain. Atop Mount Meru are the cities of important demigods, Lord Brahma in the center, the 8 Dikpalas in the cardinal directions and sub-directions. Moving out, we can see the broader Bhumandala, 7 concentric islands and oceans surrounding them. The 7th of these islands is Pushkara Dweep. On that island is Manasotra Mountain, and on the mountain there's various cities of demigods such as Indra. Out further is Loka Mountain. These large elephants stand atop Loka Mountain to balance Bhumandala. Outside of Loka Mountain is Alokavarsha, which is dark. The rays of the sun and the other luminaries extend up to Loka Mountain. On Manasotra Mountain here on Pushkara Dweep, the sun travels above this mountain at the southernmost point of its annual orbit. Above Bhumandala is Bhuvarloka, which is the residence of the Charanas, Siddhas, Yakshas, Gandharvas, and above there is Swargaloka, beginning from the sun and extending up to the pole star Dhruvaloka. This is the moving part of the planetary display. Here we can see the sun and the moon moving in their chariots. The chariots are being drawn by horses moving in the anti-clockwise direction, but they're traveling with the wheel of time moving in the clockwise direction faster, so it looks as if they're moving backwards. Above them the zodiac of stars, more planets, and another realm of stars. So here we can see everything moving with the Kala Chakra, circumambulating the axis that connects Mount Meru with Dhruvaloka. Above these planets, we come to the planet of the 7 sages, the Saptarshi. You can see them here. They're commonly known as the Big Dipper, and then Dhruvaloka, the pole star. On the ocean of milk situated there, Kshirodakshaya Vishnu, who is the Paramatma within everyone's heart, he resides on Anantashesh. Moving up beyond there, we have Mahaloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, and Satyaloka. In this video, we haven't included many of the details for there, but on Mahaloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, we have residences of the Lord, such as Lord Varaha, Lord Vamana, and so on. Here's Brahmaloka, and on Brahmaloka, we also have a form of the Lord Garbhodakshaya Vishnu as the Sahasrashesha Purush. Beyond there is the 7 coverings of the universe, earth, water, fire, etc. And outside of the universes is the abode of Lord Shiva, Shiva Loka. There he resides eternally. Beyond Shiva Loka, we come to Mahavishnu, Karanodakashaya Vishnu, with innumerable universes that are emanating from the pores of his transcendental body. Here you can see him being served by Rama Devi. Then we come to the Brahmajyoti, the effulgence of the Lord's transcendental body. Penetrating through the Brahmajyoti, we come to the Vaikuntha planets. We're showing 24 planets of the Vaikuntha realm in this model. The Lord with 4 arms is holding the conch, disc, club, and lotus, and the various combinations of those 4 make 24. Then we come to Goloka Vrindavan. Here we can see Radha Madhava, but we'll also be showing the other primary rasas. Krishna with the cowherd boys, Krishna being served, Krishna with Mother Yashoda. So this is an overview of the planetary display to be shown in the main dome of the temple.
Hare Krishna. So there are more videos. I thought I would show this short video. This is from Vedic Planetarium TV, would be Temple of Vedic Planetarium, and they have this this model there within that temple. When it opens, we all have an opportunity to go and see it. It was Prabhupada's wish that this model should be depicted, there in the temple. So devotees are trying to fulfill the desire of Srila Prabhupada. So. Okay, so let's go on and read further. Next section, text 7 to 16, please. Who would like to read? Am I audible? Yes, Arya, thank you. Uh, 7 to 16. Yeah, please.
Sukadeva Goswami continued, My dear king, as stated before, the learned say that the sun travels over all sides of Manasotara mountain in a circle whose length is 95,100,000 yojanas, 760,800,000 miles. On Manasotara mountain, due east of Mount Sumeru, is a place known as Devadani, possessed by King Indra. Similarly, in the south is a place known as Samyamani, possessed by Yamaraja. In the west is a place known as Nimlochani, possessed by Varuna. And in the north is a place named Vibhavari, possessed by the moon god. Sunrise, midday, sunset, and midnight occur in all those places according to specific times, thus engaging all living entities in their various occupational duties and also making them cease such duties. The living entities residing on Sumeru mountain are always very warm, as at midday, because for them the sun is always overhead. Although the sun moves counterclockwise, facing the constellations, with Mount Sumeru on its left, it also moves clockwise and appears to have the mountains on its right, because it's influenced by Dakshinavarta wind. People living in countries at points diametrically opposite to where the sun is first seen rising will see the sun setting. And if a straight line were drawn from a point where the sun is at midday, the people in countries at the opposite end of the line would be experiencing midnight. Similarly, if people residing where the sun is setting were to go to countries diametrically opposite, they would not see the sun in the same condition. When the sun travels from Devadani, the residence of Indra, to Samyamani, the residence of Yamaraja, it travels 23,775,000 yojanas, 190,200,000 miles, in 15 Gatikas, 6 hours. Shall I carry on?
16, please, up to 16.
Oh, right, okay. From the residence of Yamaraja, the sun travels to Nimlochani, the residence of Varuna, from there to Vibhavari, the residence of the moon god, and from there again to the residence of Indra. In a similar way, the moon, along with other stars and planets, becomes visible in the celestial sphere, and then sets and again becomes invisible. Thus, the chariot of the sun god, which is Traimaya, or worshipped by the words Om Bhurbhuva Swaha, travels through the 4 residences mentioned above at a speed of 3,400,800 yojanas, 27,206,400 miles in a muhurta. The chariot of the sun god has only one wheel, which is known as Samvatsara. The 12 months are calculated to be its 12 spokes. The 6 seasons are the sections of its rim, and the 3 Chaturmasya periods are its 3-sectioned hub. One side of the axle carrying the wheel rests upon the summit of Mount Sumeru, and the other rests upon Manasotara mountain. Affixed to the outer end of the axle, the wheel continuously rotates on Manasotara mountain like the wheel of an oil pressing machine. As in an oil pressing machine, the first axle is attached to a second axle, which is 1/4 as long, 3,937,500 yojanas, or 31,500,000 miles. The upper end of this second axle is attached to Dhruvaloka by a rope of wind. My dear king, the carriage of the sun god's chariot is estimated to be 3,600,000 yojanas, 28,800,000 miles, long and 1/4 as wide, 900,000 yojanas, or 7,200,000 miles. The chariot's horses, which are named after Gayatri and other Vedic meters, are harnessed by Arunadeva to a yoke that is also 900,000 yojanas wide. This chariot continuously carries the sun god. Although Arunadeva sits in front of the sun god and is engaged in driving the chariot and controlling horses, he looks backward towards the sun god.
Thank you very much. You've done a good job with the numbers, Arya. So very good. Yeah, so let me share the screen again. So what's mentioned here? This one you can see, this is the cross section. This mountain is actually circular mountain, but this is the cross section of the diagram. That's why you can't see the other bits. So here you can see that when sun rotates, entire Bhumandala will have the day and nights. According to Srimad Bhagavatam, sun is rotating. It is never mentioned that the Bhumandala is rotating. So it is stationary, according to Srimad Bhagavatam. And because the day and night are experienced because of this, terra structure. When the sun is this side, the other side, opposite side, will experience the night, and this side of the Bhumandala will experience the day, like that. It is mentioned, but the day and night happens all over the Bhumandala. All 7 dvipas experience that. That's one thing that's mentioned. And what else? It moves with different speeds, is mentioned. And the sun god has one chariot wheel, and the 7 horses are, starting with Gayatri. The names are mentioned. The 7, there is chariot wheels, horses. The chariot of the sun god is drawn by 7 horses. So they are referred as Gayatri and other horses. That's why many people chant, when they chant Gayatri. The mantra is called Gayatri, because the Gayatri mantra refers to sun god. Yes, Bhakti, Lalita Preeti. Do you want to ask a question, or you want to read the next section? Can't hear you. Can't hear you. Okay. You can come upstairs and talk to me. Yeah, so, and the name of the driver, charioteer of the sun god chariot, is also mentioned, whose name is Arundeva. Is actually, it is said that he is actually sits in front of the sun god and is engaged in driving the chariot and controlling the horses. He looks backward toward the sun god. So he looks backward while driving, while riding the chariot, while controlling the chariot. He looks backward towards the sun. Person who is sitting within the as chariot is sun god, whose name is Vivaswan. Vivaswan. So his name is mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita, 4th chapter, text 1. It is mentioned that approximately 120 million years ago, Sri Krishna, Lord Krishna, had given this science of Bhagavad Gita, imparted the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita to sun god around 120 million years ago. So, and it is also mentioned, the mantra, it starts with Om Bhur Bhu Swaha. So that is basically, Bhu refers to the Bhumandala, Bhur refers to Bhuvarloka, and then Swa refers to Swargaloka. So they are located here. They are located below the Dhruvaloka. So basically, sun giving its light and heat to these 3 planets. Three planets, you can say. Bhumandala, and then there is Bhuvarloka, and then Swargaloka, or heavenly planets here. So that's why the Gayatri mantra is chanted like that. Okay, so let's move on. And if you want more description, you can see the videos. I will give a link, and then you can get further information on that. So who would like to read the next section, 17 till 19, please? Shorter one, only few verses. Everyone there?
Prabhuji, there are no numbers I can read.
Yeah, 17 till 19.
Yeah, sure. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Only 3 verses.
Okay. There are 60,000 saintly persons named Valikilyas, each the size of a thumb, who are located in front of the sun god and who offer him eloquent prayers of glorification. Similarly, 14 other saints, Gandharvas, Apsaras, Nagas, Yakshas, and Rakshasas, and demigods who are divided into groups of 2, assume different names every month and continuously perform different ritualistic ceremonies to worship the Supreme Lord as the most powerful demigod Surya Dev, who holds many names. Could you please scroll up the screen, Prabhuji?
1 second. Yeah.
Thank you. My dear king, in his orbit through Bhumandala, the sun god traverses a distance of 95,100,000 yojanas. That is 760,800,000 miles at the speed of 2,000 yojanas and 2 kroshas. That is 16,004 miles in a moment. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So here in this last section, it is mentioned. So there are living beings with him, and it is said that they are saintly persons. They are numbered in 60,000. Their name is Valakilyas, and each the size of thumb only, who are located in front of the sun god and who offer him eloquent prayers and glorification. Valakilyas, yeah, and not only Valakilyas, but other groups of saints, Gandharvas, Apsarasas, etc. Who are divided into various groups, and every month different group will come and continuously perform different ritualistic ceremonies to worship the Surya Dev. Surya is considered to be an expansion of the Supreme Lord. He is also called Surya Narayana, and it is also considered an eye. Sun and moon are considered to be an eye of the Supreme Lord. So is the representation of the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. Yeah, so let me take you to another bit. Yeah. So it is mentioned that when sun god rotates, orbits this Sumeru mountain, there is one axis. It's orbitary axis. Usually it is a wind or something that is controlling it. One axis is to the Sumeru mountain. The another axis, again, that's a wind. A particular wind acts as an axis connected to Dhruva Loka. So sun rotates around the Bhumandala, around Sumeru mountain. So yes, Lalita Preeti, you're here. You want to ask questions? That one. Yeah, that one we will have to discuss later. Because both are rotating, it appears like that. In that video, you can see that. In the video that I will share it. You can watch it. It is mentioned that actually, it is actually rotating anti-clockwise, but both are rotating, and then it appears clockwise as well. You can watch that video. So that's as far as my understanding goes. I try to explain, but there are more videos if you want to watch. I will share the link. As I mentioned, our ISKCON devotee named Pavaneshwar Prabhu is the expert on this subject matter. There is a YouTube channel called Vedic Cosmology. So I will share that YouTube link, and in that YouTube link, you can see there are a number of videos. Prabhuji explains a number of ways. So you had studied a book called Bhugola Varnana by Madhva Sampradaya, and also taken knowledge from Sri Sampradaya, devotees of Sri Sampradaya. So he had done a number of videos, and he had put some 3D diagrams as well. So you can watch those videos. So, okay, so I will have to stop here a little early today. It's a short chapter. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.